Welcome to this video where we will learn about the legendary Saiva Saint Aiyadigal Kadavarkon Nayanar. He was a king from the Pallava dynasty and was from the ancient and magical city of Kanjipuram. Present-day Kanjipuram is situated on the northern bank of the Paalaru, approximately 75 kilometers southwest of Chennai. While researchers have gathered findings proving that his lifetime could have been in the 6th century in the Common Era, and that he could have in fact been the great Pallava king Simhavarman III, there have also been details found showing that he could have lived in the 7th or 8th century in the Common Era, and that he could have also been the father of the Pallava king Kalasingar, who is also a Nayanar. As the legendary Sundaramurti Nayanar has sang his glories in the 8th century in the Common Era, we can confirm that Aiyadigal Kadavarkon has lived prior to or during his time. Aiyadigal Kadavarkon is also one of the many great authors of the wonderful works compiled in the 11th Thirumurai. He is in fact the author of the beautiful Shethra Thiruvenpa, which contains 24 songs praising the Lord and sharing truths about life. His Guru Puja, the day he attained liberation, is celebrated on the Moolam Nakshatram of the Tamil month of Aipasi, which is usually around late October and early November time. The great circular Swamigal has dedicated 9 songs in his Periya Puranam to Aiyadigal Kadavarkon to share his glories with the rest of the world. Now we know a few details about Aiyadigal Kadavarkon Nayanar. Let's learn a bit more about his story. Aiyadigal Kadavarkon was a Pallava king who lived in Kanjipuram. Thinking of the Lord at all times, he righteously led his kingdom. He actively spread the wisdom and spirit of Saivism into his people. Under Aiyadigal Kadavarkon's rule, the people felt empowered to uphold and continue their personal and communal duties in the best way they could, and as a result, society was enthused and functioning well. Aiyadigal Kadavarkon further ensured this by quelling enemies of the kingdom and protecting his people from harm. The kind and righteous king, who had already mastered the age-old languages of Sanskrit and Tamil, as well as their wisdom-filled scriptures, and whom all the leaders of the country listened to and obeyed attentively, did however have a growing concern within him, for he disagreed with worldly life despite being an ideal king of a vast kingdom. Thus he realised his true aim of his unique life, which he fully acknowledged as the grace of the all-loving Lord, and renounced his worldly duties after fulfilling them to the best of his abilities. He then installed his son, who was an able leader himself, in his place as the new king, and then set off on a magical pilgrimage. He visited the magical Tillai, and witnessing the cosmic dance of the all-loving Lord gave him indescribable joy. He tried his best in helping in any way he could, as he felt it was the duty of all devotees to do service for the Lord and his people. He stayed there in the company of the dancing Lord and fellow devotees for some time, before taking their leave and continuing his wonderful pilgrimage. He journeyed to many temples of the Lord, helped the temple and its people as much as he could, and sang the Lord's glories wherever he travelled. During the times he visited each temple, he shared with wider humanity the deep truths of human life and a glorious pathway to return back to our original home, under the shade of the Lord's lotus feet. Aiyadigal Kadavarkon achieved this magnificent feat by composing the wonderful Shethra Thiruvenpa through the Lord's grace. While Aiyadigal Kadavarkon originally composed and sang many Venpas, the specific type of Tamil song sang in these works, many have sadly been lost over time. But fortunately, we still have access to 24 of these glorious songs. Each Thiruvenpa was created when Aiyadigal Kadavarkon visited a specific temple of the Lord by foot and was physically present there, and in a few cases where he was unable to physically be present at a temple, he made sure to direct his thoughts towards the form of the all-loving Lord presiding there. Let's take this opportunity to explore and see a few of the songs in Aiyadigal Kadavarkon's amazing Shethra Thiruvenpa.
Odukinra Neermai Olidalume Uttarum Kodukinrar Oppum Kuritte Nadukinra Nalla Sitrambalame Nannamullanje Thillai Sitrambalame
Life runs down, dear one's desert. Old age closes in. The much-loved body wagon's axle breaks and is cast away in the open. O goodly heart, leave for Thille Spatium well before.
Padimuzhuthum vankudaikku ஆண்ட முடியரசர் செல்வத்து மும்மை கடிரங்கு தோடேந்து கொன்றையந்தார் சோதிக்கு தொண்டு பட்டு ஓடேந்தி உண்பது உறும்.
O goodly heart, renounce the transient throne opulent, reigning neath the regal parasol, all three worlds of the crown, and long threefold instead you would, to serve, live on service to ear-studded, quandre-decked Lord's lumen.
Thanjsaaka moovulakum ஆண்டு தலையளித்திட்டு எஞ்சாமை பெற்றிடினும் யான் வேண்டேன் அஞ்சம் கருதுண்ட கண்டர்தம் ஒற்றியூர் பற்றி இறந்துண்டிருக்க வரின்.
I prefer not to reign worlds three, propitiate people, offering refuge, and be famed for that. Rather would I live in Otriyur on alms, where the Lord swallowed venom, quarantining it in secret.
Uyyum marunthithanai unmin utrar கையை பிடித்ததிரே காட்டிய கால் பைய திரும்பியான் வேண்டேன் என்னாமுன் நெஞ்சேன் செழுந்திருமயானமே சேர்.
The kin would swear that medicine protects life. Clasping hands, would they show the way? Get up slow, they would caution. Before such come to pass, O heart, unite with the rich Thirumayana shrine. This way, he sang the Lord's glories and shared wisdom through the medium of his singing, while helping as much as he could in many temples, before the all-loving Lord blessed him with eternal bliss and took him with him to his eternal abode. Thus, the legendary Aiyadigal Kadavarkon became a shining example as a devotee of the Lord and as an ideal leader. Not only did he ensure that he took full responsibility for the actions of his people, but he also prioritized the welfare of all, encouraged his people to follow the virtuous path towards God, and to not delay it in life. Aiyadigal Kadavarkon's glories have also been immortalized by the wonderful Sundarar Nayanar, the great Nambiyandaar Nambi, and the amazing circular Swamigal.
பொய்யடிமையில்லாத புலவர்க்கும் அடியேன் பொழிக்கருவூர் துஞ்சிய புகழ் ஜோலற்கடியேன் மெய்யடிய நரசிங்க முனையறையற்கடியேன் விரிதிரை சுள் கடல் நாகு அதிபத்தற்கடியேன் கை தடிந்த வரி சிலையான் கலி கம்பன் கலியன் கலத் சக்தி வரிஞ்செயர் குணடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் ஐயடிகள் காடவர் குணடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் ஆரூரில் அம்மானு காலே Saththith thadakkaik kumaran நற்றாதைதன் தானவெல்லாம் புத்தி பதமுருர் வெண்பாம் மொழிந்து முடியரசா மத்திற்கு மும்மைனன் தாளர காயமேற்ற Inneriyaal அரனடியார் இன்பம் முறை செய்தவனி பன்னெடு நாள் ஆற்றிய பின் பரமர் திருவடி வீடற்கு மன்னு சிவலோகத்து வழியல்வர் மருங்கு அணைந்தார் கன்னிமதில் சூழ் காஞ்சி காடவர் ஐயடிகளார்
All hail the legendary Aiyadigal Kadavarkon Nayanar.